Okay, I'm going to try a video again. Actually has sound. So ignore all my notifications because I never clean them off. Drives my kids crazy. The app I use to scrapbook on is Project Life. I'm trying to hold my phone still. That is not what I wanted to see. Okay, so this is normally what comes up when you open it. So you have 4 options. The blue one is the layout of your page. The green one is settings, yellow is library, and the orange one is unique layouts that aren't just in your square format. So I click on the blue one, the first thing I do. I have mine set to bring this up first. I'll ignore my corner of my phone. It's dead up there. I dropped it. So this is a layout. So I'm just going to kind of explain all the different buttons right here, and then we'll go from there. So down here in this bottom corner is the export kind of save button, and up in the top corner is the close button. This is to change your layout up here in this corner, and this one is your undo button. So the first thing I do is I put pictures in my layout. I don't decide where I'm going to put them at first. I just load them in there. So when I tap on one of these tiles, these are considered tiles. This has 5 tiles. A little option comes up. So that option is put a picture here. So the blue ones, and I tap again and it goes back out. The blue one is for just pictures. And then the orange one gives you the option of a picture or a scrapbook page. And so when you tap on each tile, it gives you that option. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap and load it with pictures. And we'll go from there. So then it brings me all these different options for pictures. These different categories are different folders that I have in my camera. I'm just going to go to camera roll. And I already made the page, but I'm going to make it again. So I want to do a page on these dogs. And sometimes the quality of the picture isn't the greatest, so it's going to give you that warning. But I'm going to go ahead anyways because it's the only picture I have. So then I'm going to come back up here. I'm not going to worry about the picture that it's kind of cutting it off. And click on this orange bar. Tap on my next one. Yes, I want that. Hang on, I gotta get situated a little better here so I can see my phone. And then I'm gonna have to do another picture here. Add photo. Okay. So I have my 3 pictures that I want. I wish I could make this better, but it's just gonna be what it is. That I want in my layout. So I'm gonna go ahead and close. And then I'm going to hit this little magnifier down here, and that just zooms out. So here I am with 3 pictures and a layout. Now, as you can see, this is probably not the best layout for these pictures because it's cutting ears off. And so I'm going to go up here before I do anything and click on this one. And now it's brought up 2 things. One on the bottom. These are all my layouts I can choose from. And some of them were free that came with the app. Some of them I have purchased. The good thing is they sell most everything in 99¢ or $1.99 kits, so it doesn't feel like you're investing a whole bunch at one time. It's kind of like the dollar store. You feel like you're getting a good deal, but then you end up spending more. But anyways, so I kind of know that I think I want this one. So I just click on it and it randomly puts pictures in there. I mean, you can click on all of them and just kind of see what it's going to do to your pictures. Then I kind of decide where I want my tiles. The camera that I'm using to video this is not very great, so the coloring is kind of off. So I just kind of move this around. I think what I want is this one. I'm going to see what this one looks like down here. Trade them. Yeah, no, I think I want this one down here. Okay, so then at this point, this is where I would, now that I like where my pictures are and which pictures are in there. Actually, if let's say I wanted to swap out a picture because I wasn't loving one, you can just press and hold and then slide it up here to this delete button. And then you can go in here and pick a new picture from your library. But I'm going to just keep the same pictures that I had. Close and back out. Okay, so now I edit my pictures. Now I have connected this app to an editing app. It's called Pick, Tap, and Go, I think. So now that my picture is in my tile, there's a few more options here. Same over here, Scrapbook, Picture. This one is for writing, and then this little dial one is for editing. So I'm going to click that, and it brings up the edit button. You can just edit it right here with this bar. This one rotates the picture, which sometimes you want it to look differently. I think that one is saturation, your black and white, and brightness. But I have connected it to this Pick, Tap, Go. And then you can pick different filters if you like a certain look and you've set it and you just tap on it. I actually try to just use this adjustment, and I tap on light, and I just slide this bar and play with it and see kind of where I like it. And again, like I said, the camera I'm using to video doesn't have super great coloring. Contrast, color, let's add a little more color, let's add a little more warmth. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I come up here in the top corner and done. And it pulls me back into my scrapbooking app. And then I just tap on the screen anywhere and it takes me out of that. And then I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, so my pictures are edited. Now I'm going to add in a scrapbook picture or a tile that I can write on. And so I'm going to click on the scrapbook section. And that brings up all my kits. Some of these kits were free and some of them I paid. Again, they're only like 99 cents a kit or $1.99. So I'm going to come in this love themed one because it kind of has a cute blue in it. And I'm going to click on the one that I like. So it gives you different measurements for which tile size. But as you can see in my layout, these are squares. So it will kind of cut them off, but I can slide it. So I picked that one. So as you can see, so I'm done. So I'm going to exit out of this. I can slide this bar up. Or I can hide that if I want it to just be cream. That makes sense because you have to adjust it because it's meant for a longer rectangular thing. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of pull out, look at this, and see if I like that. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to, wish I had a better angle for this, but it's alright. Now I'm going to add my words to my font. Okay, so this little pencil button I'm going to add words to. You can add words two ways. When you first click the pencil, it brings up this little cursor and you can start typing. So I'm going to show you that way. So I'm going to type just regular. First I just type my words and then I fix them. A-Q-T. I could use two fingers, but one is holding a camera. He loves his new bow tie. Okay. So those are my words. Obviously they're a little too small. So right here we have some options to fix our words. So first I'm going to get I know I want it to be more centered, so I'm going to hit the justification button and center it. Then I click this back arrow. And now I want a bigger size, so I'm going to go into this A. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one. Okay, you can either use the plus button or you can use this little slider bar. I'm going to do it about that big. Okay, go back. Now I'm going to pick a different color, and the colors that show up here are the colors that coordinate with the scrapbook tile that you pick to put in there. So these colors are the same as that. So I'm going to pick dark pink, and I'm just going to see how it's looking. Now, if you'll notice, my scrapbook page moved, and that's okay. Sometimes it does that because of the way I added the font. It just kind of automatically adds it to the top. But we can move our writing. So to do that, we got to go back into the font. See how it moved it again. And this little triangular line, that is going to allow me to scoot that down. So you can either use the bar or you can use the plus. So it's a little trickier when you're trying to, I'm going to kind of guess and see if that's right. This one I kind of have to guess a little bit because it's not showing me the tile. Okay, I'm going to exit out of that. I'm going to come back in here. See, I need it to be a little bit farther down. Okay, so I'm going to try right there. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to show you how else you can add another font, which I like to do if I'm adding the date or name, or I just tap on that again. And I'm noticing I need to fix this, has 2 periods, so I'm going to just fix that while I'm there. This little plus button lets me add another text box. And this one I like because it's a little more free form. I can move it there. I can push on this and make it bigger, twist it, turn it. So I'm going to use this to put his little name right here. So same idea. I'm going to start typing Knox. Whoops, his name is Knox. Knox. And then I'm going to put the year on there. I try to put a date on almost every page because I think I'm not going to forget what kid it is. But I've already had times where I'm like, who is that? Is that Alina or Savannah? Okay, I'm going to put that there. And then I don't really love that color. I'm going to match the color. I just kind of want to show you if I wanted to change the font. Just slide across. Oh, snapper. And pick, see where the green bar is. That's the font that I have picked right now. So I could pick a different font. Maybe I need to get up higher up here. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and then I exit. And then let's take a bigger picture. Okay, so I don't love, there's a little more space there than there. So I'm going to go in there and fix that. Tap on the pencil bar, and then I have to tap on the text box. And I'm just going to move it up just a little bit. And actually, I might move this one down just a little bit. Okay. Now, I could add a text on top of the picture if I wanted to. You could go there and add and put that there. You can add as many text bars to that square. The only thing, and if I didn't want that, just hit that X button. It gets rid of it. The only thing you cannot do is you can't add a text bar in this picture and move it up here to this tile. Whatever you do in this tile has to stay in this tile. You can't move them around. There are a few cool things in some of these kits that are called photo overlays. So this kit is called, what does that say? Just add color. Sorry, that's really hard to read. Just add color photo overlay. So I just want to show you what an overlay does. Very wiggly. So you can't really change the color of them, but let's take, I'm not going to keep it on here because it's going to look weird with this picture, but I'll just do this one. So when I tap on it, it adds that photo overlay on top of that picture. And these are meant for rectangles, so it's gonna maybe, it looks like it tweaked it a little, but that it would still work. There's one, and go from there. So this little X plus or minus allows you to stay in this and change the photo overlay, but see kind of the big picture at the same time. Or if you wanted to see it up close. That button lets you see more of what's happening here. I've never really used that one. I just thought I would show you. Okay, so I don't really want that photo overlay, so I'm going to just take it up here. I'm hoping I can just go like this. Oh, poo. I got to remember how to get rid of the photo overlay. Now I can't remember how to get rid of it. I might have to change the picture. Nope, that's not how. Okay, so if you don't want a photo overlay, you gotta start over. I forgot about that. And that's okay. Okay, last element I wanted to show you was how to change that background picture. So I'm going to go in here to my layouts, and up here at the top is a bar of colors that you can slide across. Now you can change the kit that you want the colors to display. So up here in this gray square, I'm going to click that, and then it brings me back to my kits. And if you'll see, there's dots under it this time. Those are the colors that are, if you click on that kit. So I'm going to click on this one. So it put those colors up here in this bar. So let me show that one more time. Click on the kits. The one that I really want isn't the same one that I used to get my scrapbook page, but I know it has a blue that matches my bow tie. If I can remember where it is. And it's this wedding one right here. So I'm going to click on that. And because this camera doesn't have true colors, I'm going to click here, and it imports it into that background. See those little tiny blue squares? I think I actually like the darker one better. And so now I have a background color. Sometimes I like to just pick a color that makes it pop. So I picked his bow tie because that's kind of what the focus is. Okay, so then you can just, oh, I forgot to tell you, up here in this corner, you can round corners. Let me see a little closer. Round corners or square corners. I am in a square corner mode. So I do square corners. And you can set that in your settings to always do square corners first. But it's your preference. Okay, click anywhere. I think my page is done. Now I'm going to export it. You could share it directly to Facebook from here if you wanted. Ignore my notifications. This is how I save it. I always save a copy to my camera, and I always save it as a 12 by 12 because if I ever want to print it as a 12 by 12, it's easier to downsize it to an 8 by 8 than it is to enlarge. I feel like when you enlarge an 8 by 8 to a 12 inch, you lose some of your resolution. So I always save it the biggest that I can. It's asking me where I want to save it, and I'm going to save my image. And that has saved it to my camera roll so that I always have a backup of that picture in case my app decides to crash. Okay, so then when I go to close it here, it's going to save it in my library. And that is right here. And so I am going to push pause and we will talk about the library itself. All right, I'm going to just show you real quick about my library. So when you open the library, wow, I'm a wiggly videographer. A couple different categories. So these are some that were in progress that I didn't finish. So at any time I close my app, it will automatically save what I started working on. And those were just ones I was playing with. So if I wanted to go back to it, you just tap on it, brings it up, boom, it's ready for you to do whatever you want in it. But I am not going to work on that right now. Here's all my completed pages. This is kind of a duplicate one I'd made earlier. I don't really want it, so I'm going to press and hold it. Yes, let's delete it. That was another one I was just practicing for my video. Then down here, completed pages. They're a little different than up here, and I'll show you why. As you can see, like this page, it has 3 tiles, but then I created a space for a lot of writing, and so I can share some tips for that another time. And then I've created some folders. Now this is where I keep track of my books, because my whole point of doing this is to print books. So my 2019 book is up to current, so anything I've posted, I have created a page, and then I just add it. So then I usually do about 6 months in a book. So by June, my book will be ready to put in. I don't know why I just said that. Put it in a book. Oh, because our power just went out. That was weird. So the book that I'm working on now is 2008 Spring. And I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm playing catch up, so this one I'm almost done. Push the plus. I'm going to add my Noxie page. There it is. And I like to keep these in chronological order. And I know just because I've been working on this book, I'm going to move it up here to about here, because that's about when March is. Oh, what the heck just happened? Why did it add that one? That is seriously the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Let's view and edit that page. Oh, there it is. It did a weird little glippy thing there. Like I said, maybe... Oh, wow, the app doesn't like it on that side. Apparently the app is doing weird things. There it is. Yeah, that was strange. Okay, so that is my 2018 book. Then down here it just shows you the kits that I have. I don't ever access them from there. And then your fonts, you can buy more fonts and you can purchase more kits through here, but I don't ever purchase it through there. I always just purchase it in the app where I'm building. Okay, well that was just a short one on the video, on the library. I was just going to show you preferences real quick. Right here, preferences. So you can pick which template you want to always show up when you order it or when you open it. You'd have to just go find the name of the one. This is another template that I like to use, and I'll show you that tip later. What font you love and what size. And square, I want my square corners to come on, so I do square corners. And I haven't actually done much with the pocket drop shadow yet, so I haven't really felt like I needed to. Anyways, that is how I use my library.